Abandoned boy has overpowered ability that can insta-kill everyone. Yogiri, despite having this insane power, is indifferent and passive. During a field trip, their class has been teleported to another world. Yogiri and his friend Tomochika explore this new realm, hoping to find a way back home. The series begins with a child with a bizarre highlight on his hair, Yogiri, searching for Asaka in some kind of research facility. He then finds her being held hostage by a girl with a gun. Clueless of what's happening, he says, "Asaka-san, I finally found you." Asaka is surprised to see Yogiri. The girl threatens to kill Asaka if Yogiri moves. However, the girl dies instantly, freeing Asaka. Our MC has this power at his early age? Asaka is so puzzled, and Yogiri, like nothing happened, suggests they go home. Both feel relieved. Hey Otaku fam, support our small channel by subscribing, like and binge watch our videos if you please. Help us make more awesome recaps. Now, let's continue. The scene shifts to Tomochika, waking Yogiri up on a bus. Yogiri realizes he had a dream about Asaka. He then asks Tomochika who she is. She introduces herself and shows him the chaos on the bus and tells him about 2 dead students. Despite the situation, Yogiri seems calm and notices a dragon-like creature outside attacking the bus. He throws a mic at it, making it release the dead student and the bus. He realizes it is a wyvern. The wyvern turns its attention to them, but Yogiri, after being bumped by something soft when the afraid Tomochika hugs him, says something to the attacking wyvern. The wyvern dies. Insta-kill. Yogiri, like nothing happened, asks Tomochika to explain the situation while playing with a gadget. She replies that while he was sleeping, they crossed a tunnel and were teleported into another world where a sage named Shion entered their bus and introduced herself. She killed their teacher for making a ruckus, and the bus driver too, for not laughing at her joke. She says, "My joke bombed and it angered me, so I killed him." She has summoned them to make them sage in this world. She installs a system called Battle Song in them to give them superpowers. However, 4 students, including Yogiri and Tomochika, didn't receive powers. The students decide to leave them behind and go to the city. The wyvern attacks after. She then makes a sarcastic remark. Someone was sleeping peacefully through the whole thing though. Yogiri suggests it should be safe outside, since Shion mentioned there was only one dragon. Tomochika asks him if he did something to the dragon, but Yogiri dodges the question. They then notice a hill, a city, and a forest, thinking of their next move. Soon, 3 classmates approach them in the air. Yogiri suggests killing them, but Tomochika disagrees. However, he warns they could be hostile. Their classmates land, revealing wicked intentions toward Tomochika. They intend to turn her into a zombie and rape her. Perv thoughts for someone who just got new powers. Ryosuke boasts his fireball skill, pushing their intention. Yogiri intervenes, pointing his finger at Ryosuke and calmly says, "Die." Ryosuke dies, and the other student checks on him, but is killed by Yogiri too. With the fat guy left, Yogiri explains his instant death to any target ability. By just thinking of wanting to kill someone, they instantly die. He also adds that hostile threats to him die as well. Isn't that an insane power? He learns from Fatso Daemon that they've been summoned to this world before to kill the Demon Lord, and there is a way to go back, and that all this is just a few hours in the real world. Daimon then wears a slave collar out of fear and puts himself under Tomochika's control, who then passes him to Yogiri. He orders him to go to the forest full of beasts, not to tell anyone about them, and leave behind all his belongings. Free loots, Tomochika wonders, and asks Yogiri why he saved her, to which he replies, "Your chests were soft?" Embarrassed and angry, Tomochika shouted, "There are no decent men in this world." Meanwhile, the sage Shion, who seems giggling while dreaming, receives a report about the situation from Yuichi. She learns about the fatalities and orders Yuichi to keep an eye on the situation. In the next scene, Tomochika and Yogiri arrive at the closest town. Tomochika notices the gates closing and rushes in with Yogiri. The guard said something they couldn't understand, and they just waited. The Lord, Masahiko, troubled by them, Yogiri asks him if he can tell them how to get to the capital since they got separated from their group. Masahiko, hesitant at first, offers to tell them if Tomochika spends a night in his mansion. What a perv! Tomochika declines and quickly drags Yogiri away. Yogiri asks her about it and replies that she was worried he might kill Masahiko. Yogiri, surprised by this notion, says, "What am I to you, a serial killer?" Tomochika sarcastically replies, she is astonished he hadn't realized this about himself before. They then explore the town. They encounter Mireyu, a cat girl, who offers them help, explaining her intentions to seduce Yogiri. Despite this, they accept her assistance. Later, Tomochika shops and acquires new clothes. Suddenly, they find themselves surrounded by hoodlums. Yogiri, unsurprised by it and Mireyu's participation, asks them what they want. The leader explains they target those without gifts, like Yogiri, for stress relief. Yogiri casually threatens to kill them, but they call it a bluff. However, when he commands them to die, they all drop dead. Yogiri even tries to kill them partially, but fails. He is even testing his abilities. Mireyu pleads and attempts to flee, but is killed as well. Town guards then arrive. Captain Edelgard questions them about the incident, and Yogiri claims they got lost and found the hoodlums already dead. Edelgard sees through the lie. Despite this, she lets them go, as Jorge says that they have no gifts. Yogiri asks Jorge for a place to stay for the night. Edelgard calls out Jorge as one of the hoodlums is still alive. Meanwhile, in the luxurious inn, Yogiri and Tomochika book separate rooms. White Tomochika is thinking in her room. A spirit resembling her sister appears. Mokomoko reveals herself as Tomochika's guardian spirit. Her role is to protect her from anything except physical attacks. She explains that she appears just now as she is afraid of Yogiri's power, as it could affect a spirit guardian like her. Tomochika is surprised, but Mokomoko urges her to inform Yogiri about her for her safety. Even a guardian spirit is afraid of our MC, huh? Mokomoko then explains she protects Tomochika from the gift to be not controlled by the sage. The next day, they meet with Celestina, the concierge, who helps them with their journey. She provides the needed items for this. They board a train to the capital. Yogiri playing on his gadget while they are discussing things. The train gets attacked as they pass through the forest, where their classmates are training. Meanwhile, in town, the guards try to interrogate the captured hoodlum, but face difficulty due to his disorientation. Lane, a vampire, examines him, but finds his blindness incurable, even inducted with her blood. Suddenly, a brave hero attacks. On the train, the duo witness a confrontation between sages and aggressors. They then discuss if Yogiri should use his power. Back in town, Ain attacked Lane but was unharmed. He reveals his disdain for the sages and initiates a powerful attack, Holy Sword Cartena, causing chaos. Back to Yogiri. He uses his powers to kill the sage being arrogant to them. Surprisingly, the aggressor approaches them showing no hostility. Back in the town, Lane survives the attack and plans to abduct Yogiri and Tomochika. Back to the duo, they learn about the aggressor's ability to return to his world, but find it impossible to bring others along. Meanwhile, the group takes a break in the forest, while the spirit gives Tomochika a weapon to use. That's our recap for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and enable the notification bell.